Good evening and welcome to the special presentations of the Moreno Valley City Council. Today is December 3rd, 2019. The first presentation is a business spotlight for La Michoacana. Councilmember Cabrera will present.
Alrighty. Good evening. Buenas tardes. Today we are recognizing a business in District 4 with the spotlight, and that business is located at 26150 Iris Avenue. It's called La Michoacana Chiapas Family Ice Cream, which is a fun and welcoming family-owned business that offers sweet and spicy Mexican treats and ice cream. Some customer favorites include tostilocos, mangoneadas, corn on the cob, or in a cup. And if you've never had it, I highly recommend it. When I was a kid, I grew up in the Los Angeles area, and you had the elote man, right, or the paleteros that come around with a little bell, and you get corn on the cob with all kinds of different stuff. But the first time I had corn in a cup, I have to tell you, I think it's a little bit better, but you have to try it out for yourself. So, in addition to that, each treat has combinations of sweet and spicy flavors, but can be customized in many different ways. Owners Rodolfo and Luz Chavez take great pride in their customer service, fresh products, and creating a welcoming establishment for all their customers. On the weekends, they also offer special treats, including what's called guacamaya, pico de gallo, avocado, and lots of spice. With over 40 flavors of ice cream and over 80 flavors of paletas to choose from, La Michoacana is sure to have a sweet or spicy treat for everyone. Today, we recognize La Michoacana Chiapas Family Ice Cream with this business spotlight video.
Need something sweet to brighten your day? La Michoacana Chiapas Family Ice Cream has a wondrous selection of ice creams and paletas to satisfy your taste buds. But that's not all. We also offer a delicious assortment of traditional Mexican treats with a SoCal twist. With so many choices, there's always something new to try. So visit us. La Michoacana Chiapas Family Ice Cream. Delicious tradition.
And representing the business tonight are the owners, Mr. Rodolfo and Ms. Lucy Chavez. And if you could please join me here at the mic. Can we give them a round of applause? Yeah. And go ahead and the whole family can come up and join us here. Alrighty. And it's my pleasure on behalf of the city and the city council to present this certificate to Mr. Rodolfo. And I should probably give this to your wife, no? She's the one that wants to frame it and everything, right? And would you care to say a few words? Would you care to share something?
Can my daughter say?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Say, come here. Come here.
I want to say thank you so much for choosing us, taking us into consideration. We are very lucky and blessed, and we hope to see you guys there with us. Dad?
What can I say? I'm sorry, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you to my English is not very well, but que me escogió usted a mi tienda. Thank you for choosing us, and God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, yes, sir.
And I also have this USB here, before I forget, that has a video on it, so you can go ahead and post that online. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, and can we give them another round of applause, please?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, mano.
and down or sideways? Oh, it's on me. There we go. All right, big smiles. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Thank you so much.
No
Y
problem.
si gustan saludar al resto del consejo.
Thank you, La Michoacana, and thank you for doing business in the city of Moreno Valley. Our final presentation is an additional business spotlight for the Elks Lodge, presented by our mayor, Dr. Exen Gutierrez.
All right. Okay, well, welcome everyone to tonight's special presentation. And actually, I'm doing this presentation just so you know, Councilmember Thornton, Carla Thornton, asked for the Elks Lodge to be recognized as a nonprofit in District 2. And unfortunately, she's not here tonight. And so I'm doing this presentation on her behalf. And, you know, the Elks, Moreno Valley Elks have done extraordinary work in our community as a nonprofit. They really have. I think the first time I was able to go there was like 8 years ago. You know, I didn't know it existed over there, but I saw that they had a nice little rental area, a bar area. I mean, it was really, really nice. And but I really learned a lot about their organization. Some of the things that they've actually done, their organization's run by 100% by volunteers who believe wholeheartedly in their mission to support very worthwhile causes. Some of their contributions include dictionaries for schools, donations for public safety, backpack donations to local schools, and scholarships as well. So they've done so much. So tonight, after 35 years of being there, and they continue to be there, which is great, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we recognize them as a city for their contribution in our community. So let's roll the video.
For over 30 years, the Elks Lodge of Moreno Valley has given back to our community. Local Elks provide backpacks, sports gear, and eye exams to children in need, alongside operating a drug awareness program. The Elks also give back to America's Finest with dinners for vets and by donating all-terrain wheelchairs to disabled veterans. Through many benevolent programs, the Elks have donated over $1 million to the Moval community. The Moreno Valley Elks Lodge. Elks care, Elks share.
Let's give them another round of applause. And I can really see why Councilmember Thornton chose Elks as her business to spotlight. I mean, they do so much for our veterans, and you know she's a veteran, so thank you. At this time, I would like to invite the leading knight, Ross Nakatani, to join us tonight, and he is representing the Moreno Valley Elks tonight. And I would like to present. Hey, thank you. Congratulations. I would like to present this certificate to the Elks Lodge on behalf of all of what they do in our community. And I would also like to ask Mr. Nakatani if you would like to say a few words on behalf of the Elks.
Thank you. On behalf of our exalted ruler, our officers, and our members, we'd like to thank the mayor and the council members for honoring us, for being in the city for so long and allowing us to do what we do. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. And if we could take a-
We're very appreciative of the Elks Lodge. Let's give them another round of applause. That concludes the special presentations. The regular council meeting will resume at 6 p.m.
Good evening and welcome to the joint meeting of the City Council of the City of Moreno Valley Community Services District, City of Successor Agency for the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Moreno Valley Housing Authority, Moreno Valley Public Financing Authority, and the Board of Library Trustees. The City Council receives a separate stipend for CSD meetings. I now call this meeting to order on December 3rd, 2019 at 6 p.m. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by our resident, Frank Wright. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Pastor Dr. David Akintimoye from Upper Room International Church.
Shall we recognize our flag for the 246 years that this great nation has sustained by saying, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we could have the pastor approach. Okay. If we can all bow our heads, please. I'd just like to ask our Father to bless us tonight at this meeting, and that this meeting, that we have wisdom in making decisions, and that we have harmony and peace as well. We ask this in our Lord's name. Amen. Okay, please be seated. Okay, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Marquez?
Here.
Councilmember Cabrera?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Baca?
Here.
Mayor Gutierrez? Let the record reflect Councilmember Thornton is absent.
All right, and then just a friendly reminder, we do have Spanish translation services if anyone is interested in the back. And before we hear public comments this evening, I ask and encourage everyone participating to please keep your comments respectful towards each other, also the people that are on here as well. And finally, I ask that speakers bear in mind that comments are limited to 3 minutes for each speaker, and that you refrain from duplicating comments already made by others. Public comments on matters on the agenda will be taken up as the item is called for business between staff's report and city council deliberation. Those wishing to speak on any subject not on the agenda under the jurisdiction may do so now. Those wishing to speak should complete and submit a blue speaker slip to the bailiff. And again, there's a 3-minute time limit. Depending on the amount of folks, we might reduce it, but in general, it's 3 minutes. In order to preserve the meeting decorum and to continue our meeting moving forward, council and staff will not respond during public comments. Any council comments or questions to staff will be addressed during the council closing comments. However, if you do have a question or concern or anything, please leave your name and your phone number. You can write it down somewhere, and then you can provide it to our city clerk so that we can get in contact with you. Madam Clerk, how many speakers do we have tonight?
3.
Okay, let's go ahead and hear from the full 3 speakers.
Karina Tamayo, Tom Jarrell, and Luis Palomares.
Okay. Good evening, Karina.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council. My name is Karina Tamayo, and I'm here on behalf of the Office of Senator Richard D. Roth to invite Moreno Valley residents to attend our Senior Scam Stopper that will be held on Tuesday, December 17th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Moreno Valley Senior Center. During the event, various state agencies will provide presentations to inform our senior community, their families, and caregivers about how to protect themselves from current scams. For anyone who would like to RSVP, please call our office at 951-680-6750. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayo. Next speaker we have is Tom Jarrell, followed by Luis Palomares. If the other speakers could please be ready. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you. I hope yours is good too. Tom Jarrell, speaking on behalf of myself, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, members of staff, and the public, both here and watching at home on MTV or on the internet. It's good to be here. Nice break. I'll start off. I always like to give kudos to our graffiti patrol. I've continued to use them on a quite regular basis. And as I was driving in, I was thinking a suggestion. I wouldn't suggest they try and do any eradication or repair, but it might be a good service. One of the things I like, and the reason I use them, is that they photo it and library it and goes to the PD. And so maybe we get some of these little troublemakers that, defacing property. And I see a lot of damage inside public restrooms on mirrors that have been etched and so on and so forth. And as again, the repairs would be way beyond the scope, but maybe to at least have them come out and take pictures and library for the police. And, it would be a good service, I think, to businesses. Because I think of strangers that come to town and they go in there and they see all that, defacing of the property, and it's a bad calling card. So just something to think of. And I'll thank our Public Works for use them a number of times for cleanups, and our PD and our fire department. But primary reason I'm here is 35 years ago I was over at Moreno Valley High School in the gymnasium about 7:15 at night. They started the meeting at 7, I believe, and the county handed over the keys to the properties and what is now Moreno Valley, and we became a new city. So 35 years today. So I just wanted to acknowledge our 35th birthday and thank you for your service and wish you an early holiday greeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tom. Appreciate it. We have Luis Palomares.
Luis Palomares, community activist. Wow, I drove up and seen that tree. Wow, it looks great. The way they're decorating out there. Wow, it was really nice. Okay, on another note, I seen Dr. Carla Thornton, the veterans event. I didn't go, but I seen on TV. Wow, it's amazing. All she talked about, and it was so great. I was so inspired. I mean, she makes us proud to be Americans. We're proud to be but nevertheless, it just, hits you in the heart. So she did an excellent job, and I was very impressed. So that's one thing I want to talk about. Another thing is about, I think it's coming up in the agenda later on, about the motorcycles for the police, new ones. Wow, that's great. They need them. They need them, and I'm all for that. Anything to help our police department, we need it. So that's a good thing coming up. Great. And another thing, let's see. I believe today's our city's kind of birthday, or the 3rd of December. Could I be wrong or right? How many years? Could somebody say? I don't know.
Be 35.
35. Wow. Okay. That's great. And I got a little friend. It's his birthday today. He's 17 today, but I'm not going to mention his name because he's kind of, why did you do that? So I want to send out a shout out, happy birthday to my little friend. And we're doing so great in the city. I'm in the streets, wow, they look great. I know there's a lot more to do, but even the ones that had the potholes, a lot of those are patched up until you get to them, and that's good. We're going up Heacock. That's really good, and it's just great what the city's doing. We're going full force. We get A+ report card here, and I was looking at the Planning Commission. All that they're doing. I don't catch it too often, but when I do, I'm really impressed about what's going on with the Planning Commission. MoVal, that's good. As far as the general plan, and as far also what we're 2 years away from, and we've already, done so much, and we got so much to do still. But I'm just speechless here. So many good things that are coming up, and also the strategic plan that's going to be coming up. And a lot of the community members are going to be involved with that. So I know there was a few people that said something about that, but a lot of the community, they can come out and put their input and their ideas, and that's what I believe the city wants them to do. So that's another good thing that's coming up sooner than later. So thank you, and have a good holiday. I think we have one more meeting, I believe. But thanks so much, and golly, I'm so proud to be a part of the city. I've been here 31 years, and I've seen a lot happen. So I am so glad. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Louise. And thank you for the speakers for coming out tonight. And I think, because of the holiday spirit and everything's real positive, so I really like that. All right, so I'm going to close the public comments there, and then we're going to move forward to the consent calendar. We are now going to move to our joint consent calendar sections A through E on the agenda. All items listed under the consent calendar sections A, B, C, D, and E are considered to be routine and non-controversial and may be enacted by one motion unless a member of the council would like the item discussed. The motion to adopt the consent calendars is deemed to be a separate motion by each agency and shall be so recorded by the city clerk. Items withdrawn for report or discussion will be heard after public hearing items. So if any council member would like any items discussed or pulled, please push your request to speak button. Madam Clerk, how many speakers do we have on this one?
None.
Okay, then I will entertain a motion by council to approve the consent calendar.
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Mayor Pro Tem Baca, a second by Councilmember Marquez. Okay, please vote. Okay. Okay. And it, motion carries 4-0. One is absent, so the motion carries. Okay, we're gonna go straight to, I do, while we're going to that, I want to acknowledge, we have Mario Garay from Jeff Hewitt's office, if you can wave your hand. Okay. Okay, so, and I also want to, Dr. Sheffield, say congratulations to you as well. Okay, for being appointed to the General Plan Advisory Committee as well. Okay, congratulations. Okay. G1 is the fiscal year 2019-20 first quarter budget review and approval of the first quarter budget amendments and review of the operating and capital carryovers from fiscal year 2018 and 2019. And we'll have a report from our Financial and Management Services Department, Marshall Ironman.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, City
Good
Council
evening.
members. The item before you tonight is kind of the update on the City Council or the city's budget. On May 7th, the City Council adopted the next two-year budget for fiscal year 1920, 2021. At that point in time, the budget was balanced for both fiscal years. At this time, with the fiscal year starting on July 1st, we've passed 3 months, or we're reviewing the first 3 months of the year, the first quarter. And part of that, what we want to do is just kind of note that we're continuing to maintain the balanced budget. But with regards to revenues on the general fund, with 25% of the year being passed by, we would normally expect at this time to have revenues about 10%, a little less than that, and we're right in line with those projections. So projections at this point in time are a little above 9%, so we're following right in line with the budget as approved by the City Council. With regards to the expenditures for the general fund, again, with 25% of the year expiring, we would look at expenditures to be pretty much in a straight line basis at 25%. Currently at that point, we're at 22% of expenditures within the general fund. So we're in a good position there below the budget, and that means we're saving a little bit of money, or expenses are being managed appropriately. Now, part of the city's budget is we look at this on a quarterly basis to see if there's any adjustments that need to be made. So we can adjust revenues or expenditures based on different circumstances. As we look at the general fund revenues, we're proposing an increase of approximately $240,000. Most of this is driven off of some of the development activity that we've seen. So it's an increase of $150,000 tied to engineering inspection fees. And the other portion is a transfer in from the development impact fees on administration dollars to pay for a current study that we're examining those fee levels. With regards to the expenditures, we end up with the other side of those inspection engineering fees. We have $150,000 of contractual services of cost to cover those services being provided to developers. So 150 of revenue is offset with 150 of expenses. On the other side, we do have development impact fee consultant, a contract for that, which uses part of those revenues. And one of the other big items we have on the expenditure side is we've seen a lot of impacts to traffic signs, and we've had a fair number that we've had to replace during the year. So we have an adjustment of $60,000 to continue to improve the traffic signs where they're damaged in the streets. Now, where that leaves us is essentially still balanced in the general fund. We've been carrying a structurally balanced general fund for what will be 8 years with this budget, and we're continuing that process. When we look at other funds, where we are with the budget, some of the good news we have is with regards to the gas tax fund. From updated projections from the state of California, we're increasing revenue by in excess of $800,000. With the Measure A fund, we're increasing revenue projections of about $142,000, and then those numbers will be programmed through future CIPs and street improvements as the council directs. With regards to development impact fees, what we've seen is a lot of impact fees being paid in the last couple months following last fiscal year. So we have in excess of $2 million there. Those development impact fees go to those restricted funds to mitigate the impacts of new development as it occurs within the city. And then one of the things that we've been looking at with special districts, as the council approved the fixed charges, they were submitted to the Riverside County tax collector. There's an adjustment of revenue of $224,000 there. So we're seeing a lot of new development occurring, which is impacting special districts as well, which leads me into 3 of the positions that we're looking for adjustments. One of those is a reclassification of a senior administrative assistant within special districts to a management aide within special districts. As I mentioned, we're seeing a lot of new development coming in, and as those developments occur, they require special districts as we see the different CFDs come up or the lighting landscape maintenance districts. By expanding this position, it's a minimal cost funded through the special districts funds, but it allows that capacity or that position to provide a little bit more support in reconciling invoices, making sure they're processing contracts, all of those things to make sure services are provided to the citizens. Second position we're looking at is again, a senior administrative assistant being reclassified in capital projects division to a management aide. In this, it's similar capacity, having a position that's able to do the reconciliation when we're looking for reimbursement from grants, other funds, along with processing payments for some of our contractors. So this is, as we're focusing more and more on moving projects quickly ahead, we want to make sure we have the right resources. By reclassifying this position, it gives us a little bit more strength in that position. The last one is with regards to our vehicle equipment technician and reclassifying that to a lead. What we had done previously, the City Council approved the reclassification of our facility supervisor and our fleet supervisor, combining that position, which has provided some savings in those areas and different operational efficiencies. But we've found through the process is that vehicle equipment technician, we needed an increased level to make sure that they're supervising as the other individuals out in the field checking on facilities to make sure those are run properly. With that, that completes my report.
Thank you so much, Marcia, for the comprehensive report. Any staff questions, please press your request button to speak. Okay. Seeing none, any public comments on this matter? Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir. Tom Jarrell.
Okay. Okay. Tom Jarrell.
Tom Gerald, again, speaking on behalf of myself and also for the Sundance Center, where I spent a little bit of time on Sunnymead Boulevard. Mayor Pro Tem, council members, the staff and the public, thank you for a chance to speak on this. I just want to thank, and I'm impressed at the probably decade long of really sound fiscal management through multiple councils. That's really commendable. Speaks so well for the city. The owner of the center comes out usually for the annual mayor's luncheon, and that's one of the things that's a real takeaway, to go back and know the city's financially sound and doing so well and living within its budgets. That's highly commendable, especially when we look around so many other administrations of different agencies and municipalities, and they're upside down. So I really affirm that, and I pray we can continue that ad infinitum here. And a little suggestion I have, and I brought it up before on our street maintenance. We're getting the rains already, and before long we're going through a cold spell, but for long it'll be warming up and spring will be here, and what pops up in all those cracks is a lot of grass and weed abatement. And I think it's a very, very cost-effective way, because that'll tear up a road really fast. And you know, it's not a complete cure-all, but it'll help keep a tired road in somewhat a better state of repair, and maybe eliminate a complete tear out, or keep it in better keep it serviceable longer. So that I would encourage. I don't, maybe perhaps they're already doing that. I'd let your staff speak to that. And also I want to compliment the little summary booklet. Marshall Ironman gave me one. It was literally hot off the press. It was the morning of the Hispanic Chamber several months ago, and he only had a couple of them, and very, very well done. Beautiful booklet, and so great piece. It was a very simple but thorough and explanatory. So it was in lay language, and it, you know, it was the old tale of the tape. So it did a really good job of communicating with the public. So I thank you.
Thank you, Tom, for those kind words. And we will move to deliberation. Any deliberation, if desired? Okay, seeing none, I entertain a motion by council to approve staff's recommendations numbers 1 through 6. Okay, by Mayor Pro Tem Baca. It's second by Councilor Marquez. Okay, please vote on this one. The next item that we'll go to, and that motion passes. I entertain a motion by the CSD to approve staff recommendations number 1.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mayor Pro Tem Baca, second by Councilmember Marquez. Please vote. It was Baca and Marquez. Okay, and the motion carries and passes. We're going to go to reports. We'll have a report from Councilmember Marquez of the RCHCA, and also if you can give your report for the Riverside Transit Agency and also RCA.
Thank you, Mayor. The RCHCA concluded its annual Celebrating Endangered Species event for 2019. This event provided educational outreach programs to be shared from the importance of conserving our national resources within the county of Western Riverside. The event in September and October hosted over 1,000 students from schools throughout the county, which included Moreno Valley. That concludes that report. Second one is the item covered by the RCA Board of Directors meeting on December 2nd. Moreno Valley's MSHCP feed collection totaled 28,184, which included 13 residence permits for the month of October. And the last is RTA. Once again, RTA is offering a youth fair program through the winter break. Starts on December 21st through January 12th. Students in the grades of 1 through 12 can ride on the bus for only 25 cents. And this is anywhere that RTA goes. So it's just not going from here to the mall. It's anywhere within the RTA routes. The fair promotion is good for any fixed route within, including commuter links. And those are the ones that go to Anaheim, Stadium, Disneyland, and stuff like that. So if you're going to get on it, make sure you have your student ID. And if you have any questions, you can go to the website, www.riversidetransit.com, and you get more details. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Marquez. We have 2 reports from Mayor Pro Tem Baca of the RCTC and WRCOG.
Thank you, Mayor. Items covered at the WRCOG executive meeting on November 4th, 2019 include a summary of the actions of the WRCOG Standing Committee meetings was provided, including an update regarding SB 2 grant program, which is known as the Building Homes and Jobs Act. The grant funds are intended to help cities address the state's housing shortage and housing costs by modifying the city review process and standards to help increase housing production. The city has submitted a proposal under this program to include technological enhancements to expedite the development review process, updates to the municipal code, and improving available information for the public. The city submitted its grant application on November the 15th. For the Riverside County Transportation Committee, From November 29th to December 21st, Metrolink will offer special Friday and Saturday night train service to the Festival of Lights. An adult round-trip Festival of Lights train ticket is $7, and children 18 and under ride free. A complimentary shuttle takes Metrolink passengers from the Riverside downtown station to the Festival of Lights. Please visit www.metrolinktrains.com for details. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Okay, we have city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council. First of all, happy birthday to Moreno Valley. I believe that we owe a great debt to the visionaries who led the city in its formation 35 years ago, and I am fully confident that all of them would take a great deal of pride in everything that's been accomplished since this city began to chart its own course and create its own fine reputation in this area. Secondly, I just want to remind the community that we have our snow day and tree lighting on Saturday. We have been watching the weather. We have been obsessed with the weather reports. We've had some healthy discussion among the staff about which weather site is best. We'll find out. But Snow Day begins at 9 a.m. and runs through 5:45 p.m. There's more information on our website. And then the tree lighting ceremony will start promptly at 5:45 p.m. This year, we're having it out in front of City Hall, while the site that will be our amphitheater is currently unavailable. So it'll be kind of fun this year, and then next year ring it in its permanent location. And last item tonight, the first quarter budget report. It may seem routine. I know the council knows it's not routine. The public may think it is, but it is anything but routine. 8 straight years of a fully balanced budget is quite an accomplishment. It is. We appreciate the council's very responsible stewardship of city resources, which sets just the right tone for staff at all levels as they work diligently to carefully manage the city's budget while also maximizing service levels throughout our community. So that's great news, and that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, city attorney's report.
I have nothing this evening.
Okay, and then that brings us to reports and comments from council members. Councilmember Marquez.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I want to say belated happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. I hope everybody had a very, very filling stomach for the holidays. And also, Christmas is coming up, and please drive safely out there. I know that the malls are going to be crowded, but just be extra careful out there. Make sure you know your surroundings also. I don't want to hear a police report where a resident got mugged out in the parking lot. Just be aware of your surroundings out there. Rain again, sandbags. They're available at all the fire departments within the city of Moreno Valley. I went out and got some last week, and believe me, it helped me. So I encourage that if you have a slope or mud slides in your yard, go get the sandbags and use them. They're for free, so no problem there. Potholes. After you get a rain, a storm, those potholes come up from nowhere. They're all over the place. I want to thank Public Works, Mike and your crew, for jumping on that one road that after it dried out, there were so many potholes. It was unbelievable. So to the residents out there, if you see a pothole, give us a call. We don't want somebody to hit and cause an accident or damage to your vehicle. Pick up the phone, call City Hall if you don't know the app. If you don't have the app on your phone, call City Hall. Tell them that you're reporting a pothole. If you want to, you can take a picture of the area and send it to us, and our crew will go out there and take care of it as soon as possible. Destination Mobile. I don't know if everybody's received this in the mail. Have everybody's received, Tom, and this has been sent out yet to the public?
It's on the website. It's available through our bidding site as well.
Okay. This is it's a town center brochure of we're proposing, or the city's looking at to propose for the corner of Nation and Alessandro. If you get a chance, if you want one, and we get some available, call me. I can drop them off to your house. If you have any questions, go on the website, look at it, come to the council meetings, come to the meetings that we're going to have in the next couple of months, and ask your questions. We're asking for the public's input. We want everybody's input, just not ours up here or the staff. This is the whole city of Moreno Valley. Come on out and get involved. It's your city. Tell us what you want, and we'll work with it. So that's another thing I want to put out there. Also, a week and a half ago, I attended a memorial for Bonnie Flickinger. She was an amazing person. She was our mayor, council member, police volunteer for over 20 years. And yeah, 35 years ago, the city became a city, but at the same time, she brought a lot of programs to this city. I didn't know that until I attended her memorial. And I want to thank her family for their mom's participation in the city. And that should do it. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, Councilmember Mark Cabrera.
Thank you, Mayor. And I will just reiterate those comments regarding, first and foremost, the budget. And I just want to thank staff, Marshall. It's not easy. It's actually extremely difficult to have a balanced budget for 8 straight years, especially at a time where other jurisdictions, other cities, other counties are struggling a lot with obligations, and we continue to stay positive. So because of that, we're able to invest a lot of our surpluses into more road repairs, and with the little that we do have left over, we make sure that we do reinvest that into the community. So with your help and with your leadership, actually, at the staff level, we're able to allocate that money and spend it where it needs to be spent. So thank you for that. Also, regarding the road repairs, I was talking to Michael Wolf earlier today about some of the repairs happening in my district. And, with my background in construction, I love seeing any kind of construction and development. So from a distance, I was able to see, the lights and the signs and a little bit of dust in the air. And, that makes me happy because I know that they're working. And I was able to drive down there and see how they're hard at work. And so over time, we're spending the money. We're spending the money to improve our roads, to fix those potholes, and pretty soon here, around January or so, this next phase of road repairs will be complete. So that'll look real nice all around the city. Also, two sport teams recently had major victories. They're local here from Moreno Valley, the Moreno Valley Falcons. They're a Little League football team, and they actually have multiple teams from different age groups. And I think it was 2 or 3 of their teams that actually won and are getting a chance to go to Florida for a national tournament. So right now they're doing a lot of fundraising and everything, but just want to give them a shout out for representing Moreno Valley around on the other side of the country, on the East Coast. And also in soccer, there's a team, Athletic FC. We've actually recognized them here at one of our council meetings, led by Coach Guillermo Rodriguez. They recently, I think this past week, just won a championship in Las Vegas as well. And so they're continuing. He's continuing to bring back championships here and representing Moreno Valley in other places. So just want to give both of them a shout out. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., Moreno Valley College is having their grand opening for the iMake Innovation Center. This is a pretty big deal because our community is heavily invested in preparing our residents for the next generation of jobs that pay higher wages, and this is part of that. Moreno Valley College is finally, after I think over a year of construction, is going to open that innovation center. So I'll be there for the ribbon cutting. Anyone is more than welcome to come out and join us as well. And also just want to remind everyone that Moreno Valley College does have a cybersecurity program, which is not very common at the college level. So really trying to, again, prepare the residents of this city with the skills and the knowledge that's necessary for the jobs that are coming in the future as we transition into this new era of employment. And so definitely want to continue those partnerships with the college and also conversations with our state representatives to make sure that funding continues and actually increases in the future for programs and things like this. So I just wanted to point those out. And last but not least, the tree lighting ceremony, as has already been mentioned, that is this Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be praying that the weather treats us nicely. And yeah, everyone have a good evening.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Baca.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't like to reiterate what someone else has said, but I just have to emphasize for the third time that this Saturday is snow day at 9 o'clock in the morning. Please bring the kids. It's going to be a lot of fun. It always is, and every year gets better. We also have our annual tree lighting ceremony at 5:45. I think we're expecting Santa Claus, Mayor? Yeah, so hope he makes it, pending the weather. Please join us, dress warm. I highly suggest you bring an umbrella and bring your cameras and make memories with your kids and family, and all of us will be there. I want to say happy birthday to the city of Moreno Valley. I'm very proud to be a resident of Moreno Valley, and it's been 35 years since we incorporated, and I know that there's a lot of people that were involved in the incorporation that still live in the city, and I just want to say happy birthday, Moreno Valley, because it's really the city's birthday. I know that Thanksgiving's gone. I hope that everyone had a nice Thanksgiving dinner, but I just want to remind you that there was a lot of groups and a lot of people out there serving the residents of Moreno Valley that didn't have families and dinners to go to. Please remember them throughout the holiday season. Look for organizations. The city has a box outside where you can bring toys for underprivileged kids. Don't forget that. Stay in the giving spirit. And that concludes my report.
Okay. Thank you. And for my report, I just wanted to say, again, happy birthday to the city of Moreno Valley. This should be a very positive, great day, and it really has been, even just with our public comments as well. And I just want to say that, 35th year, of our community, and it's grown so much. 21st largest city, probably now the 20th largest city, with, a strong budget, fiscally sound. We were ranked the top third, in the nation for being financially solvent in the nation. So, I mean, it's things that make me as the mayor of the city very, very, very proud. And I just want to also mention, again, happy belated Thanksgiving to all of you. And I know that many of you are very grateful for a lot of the blessings that you've received. And, I actually got to see a lot of that over at Highland Ferry. They did a giving away of turkeys, and they gave away other items. And there were so many nonprofits and people that were out there giving back to the community. I think they gave out more than 700 turkeys to people and other goodies. And it was just really, really nice. And that's why I want to remind everyone that today is a very special day as well. Not only is the city's birthday, but it's also Giving Tuesday. And this is something that's national, so it's across the U.S., where we're asking nonprofits, people, all of you, and actually I believe Facebook is matching up any dollar that you donate tonight. So if you go on Facebook, to any nonprofit that you choose. So like I've actually supported Operation Smile, for the cleft lips. And I just recommend that you choose a nonprofit that's dear to your heart, that you really believe in. And today, just to kind of give you an example, we celebrated our Moval Learns students. So this is a group of kids, or actually college students, and they're actually receiving stipends while going to college. So this is an initiative that we started in our community. And what we did today with Giving Tuesday and just kind of giving back to them, we gave them gift cards as well to Target to just show our appreciation, and we fed them holiday food, holiday cheer, kind of just giving back to them. So that's just one example as well, and a great partnership with Moreno Valley College. And in speaking about Moreno Valley College, their event, which is this Thursday, is the I Make Innovation Opening Center. I will be there as well presenting a mayoral proclamation. And this is going to be a great partnership because it's not just something that's happening at the college. We're going to have access to it as well. The public will have access to it. So it's a partnership between the college and the city. And where it's actually positioned, it's in the front side of the college, so people can actually go in there and learn about, innovation and all different kinds of things. And, so it's going to be a really great resource there. They're going to have classes and all kinds of great things there. I will also be leading the tree lighting ceremony. So hopefully this Saturday, if it doesn't rain, right? If not, then we will postpone it to another Saturday. But for the most part, we're hoping that it'll be this Saturday. As you can see, we have the beautiful tree. We're going to have a great performance by Rancho Verde High School Musical, and we're going to have students. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful event. Sandals Church will also be there as well, providing goodies, cookies, and hot cocoa. And we also have a very, very special guest that should be arriving there for the kids. So without further ado, I will close my public comments, actually my comments, by adjourning the meeting tonight at 6:40 p.m. Actually, 6:41 p.m.